Let's fucking do it, man. Let's fucking do it. It's not gonna get any easier the more I wait, you know what I'm saying? Plus, I've been anxious to watch this episode all fucking week. You know what it is? If these motherfuckers disrespect me yet again, you know what I'm saying? I can't take it anymore, alright? I'm out here. I'm in my black garb, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pay my respects and enjoy the series for all its elements. You already know. I love the suspense. I love the tragedy. I love the madness. But if they disrespect me again with another fucking cliffhanger, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna lose my shit. Also, whoever said that that was Suzu who pointed the gun at the end of the last episode, you need to go back and somebody left that comment. You need to go back and rewatch that scene. You clearly haven't watched it enough times. You clearly haven't been obsessed with it to the same degree as I have. But no, it's definitely the man in the skull mask pointing his gun. All right, let's not get it twisted. Suzu is unarmed right now. Suzu is unarmed. But anyway, man, Steins Gate 0, episode 7. I'm trying to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm trying to have a little drink before I start. The streams are back, which means we can have a nice little chat at the end of the reaction, assuming that I'm in the proper state of mind to have said chat, right? It all depends on my state of mind post-episode, plus whatever we get to contend with through this episode. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping to have a nice little discussion, hear some people's theories and everything like that. Get into some of mine, although I'm still gonna do, at the very least, at least the one Kagari video, if not a couple more theory crafting videos, since I said I would. So that'll be separate, but I can still kind of explain or field any questions, you know what I'm saying, if you guys have them, as far as things I've said prior. Anyway, let's fucking get into it, man. Let me make sure, no, that's good. I'm still getting back into streaming, man. I'm not really, it's weird. It's not quite like riding a bike. I mean, it is, but it's not. Like, I feel kind of off. Yeah, okay, everything's straight. Smash that like button, because I said so. And I'm going to start this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I swear to God, if this man is actually linked to it, I still can't get over that Maho face. This is some fuckery, man. I don't need to see it again. I don't need to see it again. Look at that right there. Suzu, unarmed. The fuck is this? Don't tell me it's fucking Shining Finger, dude. Oh my fucking... That's exactly what I'm thinking, dude. And if it is, the implications of that... I wouldn't expect shit to go this way in this timeline. I thought it was an external force outside of that, dude. If CERN is actually moving here, that's absurd. It doesn't really make any sense, given the deviation. But I'm not surprised, especially since it seems like Mr. Braun is involved in it too. I'm not surprised. Abdullahan. Dude, if only it was Celti. Much better outcome, I'm sure. No, I'm not sure it's Moeka either. The helmet is a clear marker narratively that it most likely is just a red herring making us think that it's Moeka, but if it were Shining Finger, they would show her. You know what I'm saying? I think they would show her, because it would have a greater impact. But that's the only assumption that can be made. I agree with Okabe. Okabe's not wrong to make that assumption. Hey, man, I'm thinking too much right now, man. I'm not even enjoying the greatness that is this OP. Not too much on my mind. You think it's Judy Reyes? It might be Judy Reyes, especially after that look. But it makes me curious as to what their endgame is here. I mean, obviously, it most likely has to do with Kagari. If you let them take her! Man, too shook. Can't stifle that maternal instinct, though. Wait! Oh, shit! See, this is why... Oh, Base, I'm sorry I doubted you, my dude. Alright, that confirms it, then. Whew. At the very least, yeah, I'm pretty certain that's not Shining Finger at this point, then. Otherwise, Mr. Brown would have been involved yet again. I knew he wouldn't do anything to endanger Naya, dude. But see, he was seemingly still aware of the situation, so he has to have some insight. Don't lie to me! You tell me! These two are lucky they weren't here for all this. And it's especially lucky that Yuki wasn't here for all that. I'm surprised it turned out so well. No casualties, Kagari is still there. Eclipse of Vibrometry, what the fuck? Well, obviously. Either that or they're under the employ of somebody who knows that exactly that. Stop stating the obvious, Daru. It's not the Rounders, man. It's not. I'm still not going to discount the possibility of CERN being involved in this timeline, but it's definitely not them. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Okanin. It's the logical conclusion. If only, my boy, if only. I don't want to relive it now. Take it off my screen. I'm not doing that right now. I'm trying to keep my current sanity intact, thank you. That's not something I thought that you would say, Naru. Don't question yourself, man. It's the last vestiges of Halloween. I mean, they're obviously not going to stop. That's the other thing, too, man. That's the other thing. Of course Alexis isn't there! The shade intensifies. But that's the other thing, dude. Clearly this is linked. Makes me question what his endgame really is in utilizing Amadeus. I have my theory, but it's kind of out there, so I don't even abide by it myself. My man. Why I gotta shade the man? Yeah, the man is shady. Do you disagree? I wanna like him. I do like him. He's funny, right? But I'm rarely wrong when I have an initial impression of shade, man. I'm rarely wrong. That's just factual. I have the evidence to back that shit up. Probably like, what, 5% of the time I get baited? 95% of the time I'm on the money. Yeah, I'm 100%. I'm 100% protective of her now, especially since there's no way that it's fame. Luke, are you still fucking that shit up? Oh, the series. I mean, because they want him to be shady, dude. I'm not going to deny there could be a reasonable explanation, right? But that's not something that can really be explained right here. You're asking too many questions, my boy. See, that line is the only real problem, right? Damn. Dude, there's so much love. That actually hurts me a little bit. It's facts. I agree. Susie, you understand the man more than I gave you credit for. But it's that very element of his nature that's gonna break in one day. Actually, technically, it already has, but let's see what this man really has to say for himself, though. He has to know something about this situation. That's a given. If that Nai was there, the man would never put her in danger like that. FB. Yo, nothing you need to worry about, my girl. Let her go play outside or some shit like that. I almost called it. I wouldn't trust the headphone move just because, you know, kids are always listening when you tell them to put on the headphones. No. If it was Shiny Finger Man, we would have known. We would have known. Can't fault the assumption. I like the notion of it being Judy Reyes, especially since it kind of coalesces with everything we've seen to this point. Of course, they had to tell her. You might need to go check in on Naru. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. What's the injury? That's bullshit. That's gonna be an interesting plot point. Yuki getting abused out here somehow. Exactly. So you might as well accept that as also factual. There's no other explanation with the knowledge that he has. You know what makes this man so interesting is that he has the ability to impart all of this, right? True. Plus, it'd be too problematic for you to destabilize the situation now, my dude. Oh, that is true, dude. That is true. Yo. But you really think Yuki's capable? If that revelation comes to pass, bro, that changes the whole spectrum of the series. I didn't even think about that. It might have been Yuki. You might be right. You might be right. That is factual. Suzu did land that blow. Yo. Damn, I'm trying to think of the possibilities of how that would work, though. Because it changes the way I think about who the perpetrators are. And the link to Amadeus at the same time. Yuki could have just been conscripted, though, but... My girl. This man called him Tenochi. I mean, that's assuming the man's actually accepted that conclusion. As if that would solve anything. Exactly. That's the last thing you want to do right now, is draw attention to this situation like that. I mean, the fact that they had concrete information about her location means that it has to be one of the two. The fact it either has to be rooted in that, unless they just stop the whole situation, right? But Judy Reyes or Yuki are the prime suspects, especially since she dipped off. Goddess. Yeah, I put all my faith in her. This is life. Don't tell me that, man. Don't tell me that. I've only missed one post-credit scene in my entire life, right? And the very fact that you're telling me about it means that it's fucked up, right? So I don't like hearing that. They're doing their utmost to continue to link it to that situation, dude. Akavashi and the Russian government come into play is gonna be wild. Oh shit. Interesting. Adorable, yo. Yo. This man is lucky. This man is lucky right now. No shit. As if it's a mere coincidence. Don't be a fool. At least we getting some MAHO. Not enough MAHO this episode. No, I guarantee you still offline. Facts. Bro, there's so many different things that we gotta address and think about at this point now. This episode literally changes the scope of how things are gonna go down a little bit. Wait. Answer it! What the fuck, dude? No way, another diversion? No! No! Oh, wait, hold on. You guys said this post-credit scene. I was about to say, you're gonna do me dirty again? You're gonna have the reading Steiner activate and have another divergence and leave me again? This post-credit scene better be fucking relevant, dude. Let me see, how much time we got left? How much time we got left? Oh, okay, yeah, definitely a nice, substantial little post-credit scene. Well, I'll reserve my anger for after. What the fuck? I mean, there was clearly... I still have the belief that this would be maybe even the third one by now, right? As far as prior divergences, if you subscribe to that theory, because it very well could not have happened. But this one is undeniable, dude. The present in the moment reading Steiner. And then that shit... These motherfuckers, dude. They think this is funny. They think it's funny. Let's see. Okay. What the fuck? Yo! And the app is gone? The CNN is different. No, that's a complete world line jump, dude. What is this? No fucking way! I can't even tell you! What the fuck? Seriously? What was that? Hold the fuck on, dude. First of all, I can't get anything. There's no way to put my finger on that reaction from Goodies. If they Bro, this man shifted back. If it's the prior Alpha World line, though, how do we even, dude, I can't even process this shit right now, dude. I can't even process this shit right now, because if it's the prior Alpha World line, and it has to, what we need is to know exactly where in that timeline he's situated, right? But the very fact that Kudus is there's some point in the progression of their dynamic and everything that happened in that world line, right? But at this rate, how can you... There's no way to even garner... I mean, I have no idea. I honestly have zero idea of how this is going to remedy itself and how it's going to move forward, dude. Like, how much insight can you really get by being in the Alpha World line? What caused the divergence to begin with? All the shade revolves around Amadeus. I gotta watch this again. Give me a moment. I gotta watch this again. Alright, let me open this up. I need to go through some elements of this episode right now. So curious which timeline he's in. It has to be the prior Alpha World line. It has to be. It's just a matter of where. Where in that? This is some fuckery, dude. This is some fuckery. I don't like it. See, that is the question too, right? But whoever caused that prior divergence is most definitely behind it. There's too much, right? First of all, I want to talk about this Yuki shit, because let me confirm that blow, because you guys are right. It has to be. I don't think, and the physique is actually dead on. Like, I honestly don't think we can say that, while you can't dismiss Judy Reyes' involvement just as much as Alexi's involvement as far as what's going on, chick in the fucking helmet is absolutely Yuki. There's no other way. What surprises me and shocks the shit out of me is one, how she could possibly put up this facade, dude. That means that this character is completely different than I ever envisioned her being, and at the same time, it's much more believable as Suzu's mother. But, like, how was she conscripted, right? How was she conscripted? No, see, that's because you always see her in these fucking... Get off the opie, my dudes. Get off the opie. That's because she was wearing a fucking skin-tight Iker suit versus the normal apparel, which pretty much is kind of bulky, right? You're not going to get the full-on physique of her. I think it matches spot on. No. I think it's confirmed, man. I think it's confirmed. That's 100% it, dude. If it wasn't for that kick, and if you look at that scene, she clearly suffered damage from it. It's kind of careless for her to let that show. But then again, it was just those two. But let me think. Let's really just think about this ending for a second, right? Hold on. I'm gonna watch this again. Bro. And then what was the purpose of the jump, though? That's the thing, too. Who's operating the system? Is it actual jumps happening, or is it something more akin to D-mail? Who is masterminding shit? I mean, obviously, Alexis and Judy Reyes are involved. But I feel like Nakabashi and the only takeaway I can feel for sure is that the probability of CERN actually being involved in Beta Line is pretty much non-existent. You know, it's quite low. But now that we've shifted back, what are the implications to that as well, right? I don't know, man. What triggered the reading Steiner was him answering the phone, so hearing Amadeus saying "save me" changed his course of action and timeline change or something like that. I don't think it's that simple. I think that is what triggered the reading Steiner, but that's not enough. That's not enough to, first of all, jump back. The divergence between the beta and alpha lines is quite large, dude. For that little instance to be that ridiculous to cause the shift back to the alpha timeline, it's madness, dude. And then you just gotta think about the fact that Yamade's system was online, right? So, are people spoiling it? Yo, if there's spoilers in here, I swear to God, I'm ending the stream right now. Is the episode translated? Yes. And they're throwing us a curveball, and they might want us to think that something is I don't know, man. I don't know. I actually really don't know. I've never been quite at a loss to this degree. Not so much with this series in particular, but just in general, right? This anime is full of... Don't even talk to me about that, my dude. I'm salty. I'm salty because literally there hasn't been a single episode of Steins Gate 0. All 7 episodes have a cliffhanger. Some are fucking worse than others, like this one. I thought the one last week was bad, and this just completely blew it out of the fucking water, right? They need to stop. Not every episode needs a fucking cliffhanger, dude. Please. Just please. It's disrespectful. It hurts. Trying to field alpha condition. You know, if Amadeus at that point, the call confirmed that she's not just offline, but that someone is doing effective shit on their servers. Yeah, but that's not enough. That's still not enough. I mean, all of it factors in, right? All of it factors in. It's not enough to shift divergence meter to that degree. There's some external factor that we can't pinpoint yet that caused this particular shift. And if you subscribe to the fact that there was one prior, then that too. but definitely wasn't as marked. Definitely wasn't as marked. That's true. That is true. And I didn't even think about the height of Judy. But no, it's absolutely Yuki. It's absolutely Yuki, dude. It's absolutely Yuki. There's no way around that. What else? What else did I fucking miss? See, I'm hyped. I am hyped though, right? Because look, as much as this bothers me, and it's going to obscure any sort of real revelations or answers for the time being, right? Like if we're gonna persist with Okabe moving in the original Alpha line again, that completely changes the scope of what we're gonna have to contend with, and when we're gonna get any actual insight into anything. I just don't think I think it's gonna be way more difficult to garner there. There's probably some integral portion that he needs to kind of siphon from it, but it's gonna be a lot more difficult. But I don't give a fuck, because look, the payoff is, despite how brutal and disgusting this cliffhanger is, and how, you know, just ridiculously what the fuck, like I just don't even, I'm at a loss. But I do get to see my waifu again, my actual goddess, not the fucking Amadeus system, my actual number 2 goddess. Okay, so I am happy about that. I'm not gonna lie. I am happy about that. This is some fuckery, dude. Oh yeah, I'm getting kicked out of this apartment for sure, dude. Confirmed. I'm sorry. Like I can't. I really can't contain my voice sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I think I did a better job of that. No, I'm not gonna lie to myself. I never did a good job of that shit. I'm always too fucking loud. I'm always too fucking loud. Wait, what are you guys talking about now? Wasn't Russia where critics... Exactly, that's where Dr. Nagabashi... That's what I keep saying every single episode, is that the Russian government, Dr. Nagabashi, are gonna come into play, because he still has all of those fucking notes, dude. Instead of CERN actually getting access to everything and the IBN being a crucial point, they now have that shit. And I feel like it's linked to the Kagari stuff as well, but this shit just changed pretty much most of my perspective on ways this could go. I had a firm notion of how I thought it was gonna go, and now I really don't fucking know, dude. It's all been destabilized. Oh fuck no! This is too core, man. 24 episodes. 24 episodes. Alright, 23 episodes? No, there's 24. It's 24. It's gonna be 23 plus 1 unaired. 24. It's gonna be 24. The final episode will probably be like OVA format, but it's gonna be 24. Some fucking pad my room. That's what I should do, dude. I actually should do some soundproofing to this room, right? But then I'm gonna have to take all my shit off the walls, and I'm gonna have to put the padding down, then put all the shit back on top of the padding. And it's gonna be dark as a motherfucker in here. Nah, fuck it. I'm too lazy for that. They just need to deal with it. Can't stream in the streets, man. There's no internet in the streets. Alright, let's go back to the episode real quick before I, let me move this over here so I can see both. Let's go back to the episode before we end this stream real quick. Look, man, if anybody has, like, any concrete theories that aren't rooted in spoilers now, because the theories I had, I mean, it doesn't really destabilize. If anything, this gives me more information to play with as far as my Kagari theory. But everything else, as far as my thoughts as to what was happening and how things were gonna go, has been completely fucked up. So please share your insights. First takeaway, absolutely. I believe Mr. Braun. I truly do. There's no way the Rounders were involved. No way. I mean, at the same time, there is still Shining Finger shade, right? But it's in a different way. It's a different way. I think the Yuki shit is confirmed. There's no way around it. I mean, that doesn't alleviate the Judy Reyes shit, right? There's still some fucked up shit with Judy Reyes, and I think it's just directly linked to Alexis and that shade. Damn, yo, that Ruka and Souza, I can't wait to rewatch that scene, dude. That shit was that was surprisingly way more emotional than I could have imagined it being, dude. That was surprisingly way more emotional than I could have imagined it being. Naya is a fucking MVP in the Yuki scene. Dude, this episode was very constrained. The only thing I need to rewatch really is this Amadeus information. That's the only thing I need to rewatch right now. But I'm so fucking shook by that. I mean, cause the impetus. If the cause the impetus, right? Can we assume that the Amadeus system, to some degree, however it's constructed, and whoever is behind this nonsense, which there's like 3 main avenues for it to go down, that technology is implementing the email technology to some extent. Some sort of time travel technology is being spliced into the Amadeus system to begin with, and that call was the. So I guess you were kind of right about that, Pota. I guess you're kind of right about that, but it's still an external force, and it's still by means that we can't really pinpoint, dude. The call is just the marker of it. The call is just the marker of it. Man, I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit, dude. I don't fucking like this shit. It was the one that messed up Gagarin Center back in time. So USA would have a lead in the time machine. I actually kind of like that. I actually kind of like that thought process. The problem is it doesn't explore that prior timeline when that happened, right? It doesn't explore. I mean, it's definitely rooted in Kagari's origins. It's definitely what I was thinking when we got that fucking John Titor scene with the voices. But I don't know, man. I like that possibility, and that also assumes that Nakabashi has been taken away from him by the Russian government and brought to a level where it's actually usable. To like some certain type level, realistically, right? Because that man ain't doing shit by himself. That man ain't doing shit by himself. He said at some point he's going to have to leave, and that's without. Look, man, it's gonna be a fucked up episode, but I'm glad I get to see her. The sooner the fucking better, because these cliffhangers aren't good for my health. To the Kalmar, she told him someone might have hijacked Amadeus. But see, I don't think so, realistically. It's just too. I mean, look, there's only one way. There's only 2 ways that it goes. Either the shade around Alexis is real, or it's not real, and they're utilizing it as a red herring. I honestly believe, before this episode, if you would ask me, I would have said it's definitely not a fucking red herring. But after this episode, the way they're pushing it, and it's really Zara that makes me think of this too, is they're really adamant about just like leaving it on display at every moment. That time when Okanin saw him and then he disappeared. The fact that he's nowhere to be found conveniently when all this shit is going down, it's a little too much, dude. So while I'm not gonna displace it because I think that in some instances, the simplest answer is often what you need to stick with. You just gotta go with it. If they want to spoon feed me the shade, they can spoon feed me the shade. But it seems a little too convenient at this point, to the point where I'm not gonna doubt his involvement to some degree or capacity, but I feel like there's some other external force outside of him that's directly playing into this situation. So. They're both definitely connected. They're both, to me, it's undeniable, but it's to what degree and what other aspects are in play. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they're forcing it, it's a little too much. It's a little too fucking much. Me too, Dark. Honestly, the fact that we're back, if this really is, we need to wait till next episode to really determine what the fuck this divergence is, right? Because it looks, to the point where it shifted to this degree, it's definitely a separate timeline at this point, which that is indicated by the very fact that Kurisu is there. And the fact that she's actually in Future Gadget's lab and that reaction by her makes it kind of indicates, I mean, you can't put your finger on it either way, but it indicates some sort of dynamic between the two up to this point. So it feels like it's somewhere within the alpha world line before shit got completely fucked up, right? So we just need to pinpoint where exactly we are, why the divergence would lead us here, what there is to be found, and I feel like we're gonna shift out of this timeline before the end of next episode, for sure. But it completely destabilizes everything that I thought was gonna happen going forward, dude. It's a bit absurd. It's a bit absurd. I fuck with wearing glasses indoors too. Hey, Devin, my man. Look, man, I don't do this for my health. You know what I'm saying? It does help me because I sit really fucking close to my screen, so like the shades kind of dampen the effects on my eyes. But I've been doing this for a long time, man. It's not like I just sit around in my home with the shades on. You know what I'm saying? I do have a friend that will wear shades everywhere, inside, outside. 6 a.m. in the fucking morning, 2 a.m. at night, dude. The man is always wearing his shades. That's not me, dude. It's just, I don't know. It's a habit now. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do out here. It's part of the channel at this point. Anyway, I digress. That has nothing to do with anything. She has no idea what the fuck's going on. But see, but the only bits of shade. First of all, obviously, Maho's pure. Maho's pure in this. You can't put Maho, just because of her association with Alex and Judy. Maho's not involved in this. Maho's absolutely not involved in this, right? But even the Judy shit, all we have as far as shade for her is that, actually it's two instances. It's the fact that she was the one that kind of appeared before Maho in the alley after that kind of pseudo chase scene where she was being stalked. And two, that glance that she gave last episode. Those are the 2 points of shade surrounding her. So, man, you guys know, don't troll me. You guys know damn well I don't just wear the shades all the time. It started, I don't even know how long it's been since I've been wearing shades on this channel, though. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the persona now. It's iconic. You know what I'm saying? It's well over 2 years. Definitely well over 2 years. But there was a time where I never wore shades on camera, dude. And it started for a specific reason, and it just kind of stuck. All right? The question is, Amadeus still in progress? Is Maho still part of this? Like, in what way? I mean, Amadeus, if we shift back to the beta world line, Amadeus is offline for whatever the fuck reason, which Maho is not privy to. And, yeah, she's still a part of it. But right now, no. Right now, currently, at the point of the ending of this episode, we are no longer in the beta world line. Absolutely not. Kurisu being alive means we're not in the beta world line. Period. Months after it. Wait, what? Leadership to will on the same day as in beta. Months after a certain death. I don't. Why would you just assume that, though? I mean, even if you just, unless it's a completely separate timeline, right? If that's prerequisite, and realistically, that does make sense, right? That does make sense. Actually, that's probably the only way I don't even know why I didn't think about that. Because I was assuming that it wasn't just something simple as far as the catalyst, and that the jump was caused by some sort of actual time travel, some sort of clear divergence to the timeline. So who knows where it could throw him? But you have a point there, right? And if it is that you have a point. So now I gotta change my perspective yet again. Now that I really think about it, because it has to be the same instance in a different line. And if it is in fact that line, then Kurisu wouldn't be alive. So I don't know, man. That makes it even more ridiculous, actually. That makes it even more ridiculous. That's kind of fucked up, dude. It's probably a new timeline altogether, man. This is probably a new timeline altogether, which is kind of absurd because I never even really thought of contending with that. There's the Alpha line, the Beta line, there's the Steins Gate finale line, right? and subtle divergences in between. But after the whole explanation of divergence meter between alpha to beta lines, I never really thought about any sort of other parallel lines, simply because each divergence changes things except for marked events. So they are in and of themselves parallel, separate timelines, even if you consider the alpha line and the beta line. Yeah, I'm done. I'm hurting myself right now, because there's nothing that I can really base this off of, other than we need next episode. That's really it. Unless they want to destabilize that, because you are right. So unless they want to destabilize that construction of what we know till now, there's nothing that says that has to be set in stone, right? It's not like it's just laid out. The whole notion of all of this is fucking insane to begin with. It's untested and volatile, and just, you know, there's no set parameters. So who knows? Who knows? I thought there was a group of men searching KAGARI with a foreigner, like a Russian foreigner. This is definitely a bad guy. Oh yeah, I mean, I trust my gut when it comes to shade, man. So, the man is shady. It's undeniable. To what extent he's involved is a different thing. Situation gives a lot of problems as well. Adding the cliffhanger and it's hard. I see. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Because there is a lot there. I'm gonna be rewatching the episode pretty much like right now, as soon as I end this stream, right? But and don't even expect no Steins Gate Twitter spam again this week. I can't do it, man. I can't fucking do it. It's too much for me. Why does everybody question whether I'm watching after credit scenes or not? Since when have I never seen an after? There was one time. The only time I missed an after credit scene was during Overlord last season. That was the only time I've ever missed a post credit scene in my life. So I don't know why people question that shit. I just let the episode run. The only reason I didn't let it run that time, actually, I could have been susceptible to it this time. You're not wrong. Because the only reason I didn't let it run that time was because I was too shook by what was happening in the ED. That was the problem. This wasn't really in the ED. The ED played separately, so fuck it, man. I'm glad this is the episode that we're streaming for, real talk, because it's helping me to kind of calm myself talking to you guys about this, even though there's really been no clarity found. No clarity has really been found. Had the restart because someone decided to put cliffhanger. Oh man. Watch the one called. Wait, what? Oh, they got some memes out here? Yo, somebody link me to this shit, dude. I want to see this. Somebody link me to that shit. But that's how the series is gonna go, right? Like, see, what's interesting about this to me right now is this is completely different than anything I've experienced, because my history with Steins Gate is such that I never really had to contend with, like, oh my fucking god, I gotta wait a week to see what the fuck happens next, because I watched the anime while, you know, I binged the anime. I think this was back in like 2013 or something like that. 2013, something like that. 2013, maybe, probably 2013. Might have been 2014, something like that. That's when I first binged the anime, and then immediately after I played the visual novel. So it was just kind of like expanding upon the experiences. I binged the anime in like 24 hours, give or take. So I didn't really have to be like, oh, I gotta wait to see what happens next. So Zero is trying my patience in that way, because I gotta contend with these fucking cliffhangers, dude. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. I don't like it. Link equals spoiler. Nah, man, I trust my boy. Link, my man wouldn't show me any spoilers. My man wouldn't show me any spoilers. Oh, maybe for this. The fuck? Yo! Oh, that's amazing. This is actually dope. Oh my, yo, wait, I gotta watch. Okay, now I actually don't like it. At 0:51, I stopped liking it. I stopped liking it at 0:51, alright? Done. I don't like it. That's not cool. That's not cool. I'm out. That ruined my eyes. You can't do that to my goddess. You can't do that to my goddess. Whoever made that, it was genius until that moment. I'm not watching it anymore. Watched SG in 2013 too, I think. Yeah, I believe it was 2013, man. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. There's a record of it somewhere on my channel. Cause I remember it was like December-ish. Yeah, it's probably December 2013. Probably December 2013. Yeah, cause I played the visual novel like the following month. Yeah, okay, that's how it went down. Oh man. No, I wasn't spoiled, man. I haven't been spoiled. The meme is just ridiculous. Meme is just ridiculous. Anyway, man, I'm done. I need to rewatch the episode. I need to formulate some thoughts and try and figure out how I can reconcile this with my pre-existing theories, because this just destroyed pretty much every theory. The only thing that's been helped by this episode are my theories surrounding Kagari. Everything else I thought has been completely thrown out the window now. So, it's kind of upsetting. It's kind of fucking awesome at the same time, because I'm excited and even more intrigued than ever, but it is what it is. But yeah, smash that like button if you enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? Don't be one of those people that just sits here, doesn't say anything in the chat, doesn't support by hitting the like button, but you just watch me on your screen. Like, it's kind of weird, man. Come on. Come on. Tell people, if you enjoy the content, all you gotta do is press a button. It doesn't even take that long. Just press the button. But no, real talk, I'm gonna get to work on this Kagari video. I'm glad I actually, like, I pretty much have, like, most of it scripted, but I need to revise that completely now, and I gotta get some new images somehow. I don't even know where I'm gonna get them from. I get some new images to pad the length of the video and reconcile with the information we got here. But only real takeaway that we can get for sure, as far as what we got in this episode, is that Yuki is involved in this shit somehow, and in what way we can't fucking say, dude. It's absurd. It's absurd. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get out of here. No, maybe actually, maybe I agree with that. Will I stream Hina soon? If not, I'll go catch up to the anime in the game. Wait, what? Oh, you mean like no, I'm not streaming Hinamatsuri today. And there's probably not going to be any more streams today unless maybe Ku and Jojo and I might play some Dragon's Crown, but I don't think there's really going to be any anime related streams for the rest of the day. All I need to process is Steins Gate. But no, Hinamatsuri will probably be on Friday, man. We'll probably have like a Hinamatsuri marathon on Friday. Megalobox, I'm not gonna confirm or deny the return of Megalobox right now. That has nothing to do with anything. That's what I'm saying, my boy. It's 60 plus people and 24 likes. It's like that to me says that only half of the people here, and that's me being generous and rounding up, only half of the people here actually fuck with your boy, and the rest are just lurking to see a reaction for whatever reason. Wait, what? What's a masterpiece? Another anime. Add me as a friend. Did you send me a request? I don't even like actually log into my anime list profile anymore, dude. I haven't really used it in that capacity in I don't even know how long, dude. I only use it for like seasonal stuff and looking for staff and cast and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But thank you guys for joining me. Assuming I can keep streaming next week, we will stream the next live reaction for SG0 as well. Next episode is going to be just as wild, if not even crazier than this one. And I need to watch this episode again immediately. So let me know your thoughts. And I'm out. Peace.